Hi everyone, this is Jess, the program coordinator at Backyard Growers. Today we're going to talk about the basics of seed starting. So the first thing is gathering materials. And you want to gather the right materials for starting seeds indoors. This here is a 72 plug tray. Very commonly found. There's a bunch of different sizes, but I like to use the 72. It's sort of like a happy medium. Then I have this tray underneath to catch water and to keep this in place. And we have a seed starting mix. It's really important to have a seed starting mix and not potting soil, gardening soil, or just plain compost, because a soilless seed starting mix has the right materials in it to give seeds a lot of root space to grow and hold a lot of water to keep the soil moist. So I've moistened this potting mix beforehand, and we can add that here. Sometimes I like to add the potting mix and then moisten it, but I always want to moisten the potting mix before I plant the seeds, just as a way of being really gentle to the newly planted seed. There you go. You don't want to compact the potting mix or seeding mix too much. Alright, and we have some kale seeds today. That'll be planting for my indoor nursery. Kale seeds are very small, if you can see them, and so you don't want to plant them too deep. I'll add a few seeds per pod here. And a general rule of thumb for seeds is planting them twice as deep as their width. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over and just like sprinkle some of the potting mix over it. Not even, there's no hole digging, you know, you don't want them too deep at all. And then put them under light, and they'll be good to grow. I like to use a spray bottle as I water intermittently. This spray bottle costs about $1. So there's also a technique for adding water below and watering from below the seed tray. Basically any method that works for you that doesn't disrupt the seedling very much at all. And you always want the soil to be about as damp as a wrung out sponge. So you never want it to dry out, but you never want to be able to see water pooling because that's going to cut off oxygen to the seed. As the seeds come up, you want to watch them come up for, you'll have a few seedlings come up per pod, and you'll want to thin them out so that there's only one seedling per pod. And that's really important, and thinning seeds is always sort of a painful process, I think, emotionally, because we want to see all of our seeds grow up to be happy and healthy, but the fact is they won't if they're too crowded together. So one plant per pod is what you are going to want. So those are the basics, and thanks for joining me today. You can find more resources at our website, backyardgrowers.org. Thank you.